Welcome to this first day of 20 Days of Yule. It's a collaboration that Ivy the occultist invented. I will link her down below, of course. And the first day is about Yule traditions. And I decided to share a German tradition with you, which I'm very excited about. And that is to craft stars made out of straw. So I will show you how to make these beautiful stars made out of straw. It's a tradition that's a couple of hundreds of years old and is always done during the Christmas time. I will show you a very simple star. For this one you only need some straw, some scissors and some thread. Traditionally you would use red thread, but you can take whatever thread you want. Then some water, could either be in a bowl like I did or in a spray bottle to spray the straw, because it's easier to bend this way. So first cut your straw in half, drop it into the water to make it easier to bend, and then form a star shape out of the halves you just cutted. Now take your thread and then go above the straw, and then below the straw, and then above again, and then below again, until you circled the star twice. Then you just make a double knot at the end. It's quite simple saying it like this, but it was a bit tricky to figure out in the beginning. You just need to switch between going above and below. Now we cut the thread and start with our second one. Now for the second one, you do the same thing again. You cut it in half, form a star, and then take the thread and again going first above, then below, then above the straw, then below the straw, until you circled it twice. Make a knot again, and we are almost done. So for the last step, you just have to put the two stars you have made so far on top of one another and combine them with the thread again. Just like the last two times, we again go above and then below, above and below, until we circle it twice again. It takes a bit longer because there are so many star points we need to thread. But after doing this a couple of times, this gets faster and faster. After circling the star for 2 times, we knot again and leave a longer thread now, because this will be the one we will hang up the star onto the Christmas tree or the window or wherever you want. And there you have it. Very quick, very easy straw star. Now the last step is the most fun one. It's cutting the edges of the straw to make pointy ends. I usually start on one side and then turn to the other one. So for example, on the first straw piece I will cut it to the left, and then on the next one I cut it to the right, because it's a very beautiful pattern. Also, don't get discouraged. I will show you the first 3 stars I did, so you kind of get an idea that it takes like a hot second to figure out how to do, but it's very easy, so you should get the hang of it very quickly. So this was my first one. I didn't really have an idea what to do. I just tried to remember how they look like and went from there. Then with the second one, I actually tried to make a more traditional star, but quickly discovered that it's way too complicated. And then finally I started watching a tutorial. I will link the tutorial I watched down below, and tried again with bigger thread to just see where the hell I was going. And after doing that, I kind of understood what I needed to do next. So the fourth one turned out so beautiful. And now I wish to tell you a bit more about its history. Now, the history is actually quite unknown. There's this legend that it was invented when Jesus was born, because one of the shepherds didn't have anything to give to Jesus. So he saw all the straw and the star of Bethlehem above and decided to make the first straw star to give it as a gift. The real origin story is not really known, but we think that it started in the 19th century, because in the 18th century Christmas trees were not really a thing yet. Also, it was considered to be a decoration for the poor, because usually you would use glass to decorate your house and the Christmas tree, but the poor and especially farmers didn't have the money to do that, but they had straw in big varieties, and it was already custom to use straw and braid it to make decorations for the house. Also, of course, in summer you would always braid new straw hats, so braiding and using straw was already very much a thing. It started as a way for the farmers to also decorate their houses during Christmas time. Usually the whole family would sit together in the cold and dark half of the year and start this practice. The designs are very versatile. There are many different stars. This is the most common object that people would make out of straw, but there are also lots of angels, trees, snowflakes. So people did all kinds of things with straw, but the star is one of the most known one and one of the most common ones. Even though it started in the 19th century, it's still very much loved today. I do believe people don't really know nowadays how to make them. Sadly, I was one of them until this video. But I knew I wanted to get back into it, because all my life growing up, we always had these stars. I saw them everywhere. Each Christmas market had these. They were like a staple decoration in every home I remember. I also thought to make more designs for this video. I will show you some of them on screen, but then I discovered that even the most simplest one was quite complicated for the first few seconds to figure out, so I thought I will just leave it at that. I'm already very proud that I managed to do these stars. The pictures I'm showing you are from one of the oldest straw star specialists, I could say, we have in Germany. I will link their shop down below. They're still very much known for making these stars and also teaching others how to make them. So I guess this is not quite a pagan tradition, but still a very much German tradition, especially around winter and Christmas time. So I thought I would share it with you. And I do love these very much. I'm very happy about them, and I will give them away to family and friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.